No, it's not your speakers. It's me. God, you're pathetic. You're barely making ends meet, yet you still bought these microphones off Craigslist and didn't test them beforehand. What are you, a PA? How did it come to this? From being able to borrow your roommate's filmmaking equipment to having a roommate who does not have filmmaking equipment. Well, I moved to San Francisco to find myself. And as I stare into the distance and eat my steak salad with mozzarella and beef fat pesto, I wonder, would Steve Jobs have let this mishap bother him? Would Mark Zuckerberg or Barbara Streisand or Tiesto or Chief Keef or Henry Platt let any faults, personal or otherwise, get in the way of their big, juicy dreams? No, because they're hot girls. And if there's one thing hot girls don't do, it's apologize.
Hello food lovers, my name is Ori Tom Ravid, and welcome to my channel, Radicchio Salad. It's been a while. I moved all the way across the country to San Francisco from Los Angeles, and I've just been really busy. Today, we're gonna be talking about something very near and dear to my heart, chicken. You can tell a lot about a restaurant based on how they cook their chicken. Can you apply that same principle to learning about a culture? The Japanese, for instance, have a name for and eat virtually every single part of the chicken. Uzbeks, they throw chicken in a pot of albeit probably very good rice and call it a day. What about Americans? Well, the thing is you can't really talk about America as one thing anymore. Our nation is so divided that it really feels like we're a nation of two instead of one. If you want to make an American chicken, these days, you really have to make two different kinds. A Republican chicken and a Democratic chicken. So today, that's what we're gonna do. First up, the Republican chicken. Yay! For this recipe, I'm using one from Joanna. A graduate of Baylor University, she and her husband Chip were stars of HGTV's Fixer Upper and now own Magnolia, a lifestyle company that sells everything from bags to farmhouse turntables. In addition to being solely responsible for the popularity of shiplap, she makes cooking videos and is a best-selling cookbook author. She fixes homes and fixes meals. That's my kind of lady. On the Democratic side of things, we have Carla Lolly Music. Her name sounds like a fake name that a Republican would come up with for a liberal, but it's actually real. A graduate of Brown, Music was in the restaurant industry for 10 years, became the food director of Bon Appetit, and now also makes cooking videos and is a best-selling cookbook author. Ranch Girl Fantasy versus Brooklyn Fever Dream. So, what are we waiting for? Let's chicken it up, baby. Yeah, yes and, yes and, yes and, yes.
Okay, so for Joanna Gaines' recipe, you're gonna want half a teaspoon rosemary leaves. Mic issues, gotta love them. Besides the rosemary, half a teaspoon thyme, zest from 1 lemon, half a teaspoon black pepper, 3 tablespoons salted butter, and mix it up. Is this a compound butter? Music seasoning only calls for 3 ingredients, 2 tablespoons oregano, 1 teaspoon cayenne, and salt, about 1 teaspoon per pound. Now it's time to bust out the meat rack. Gaines says to pat your chicken dry, then rub the butter all in there and stuff the cavity with herbs and the lemon. Music just says to rub it all in there. Both say it's optional to leave your chicken in the fridge overnight. I'm just gonna do it. Should make it better.
Hey y'all, it's the following day. So I'm salting these chickens again. I didn't salt them enough yesterday, I realized. Both recipes call for chickens that are 3 to 3.5 pounds, and both of these boys are closer to 5 pounds. Joanna Gaines wants you to rub garlic halves all over the chicken. So I'm gonna rub the garlic over. Right, now we're supposed to place the garlic around the chicken. I guess like so. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Now we're going to cover both chickens in olive oil. Everyone should have these things, they're the fucking best. All right, I'm gonna give this a nice massage. Oh my God, you can do one hand on this chicken and the other hand on this chicken. Now you might think you need to trust this chicken, which is what I usually do when I make chicken, but these recipes say, nah, it's not really that important. So let's not worry about it. We're just gonna tuck the wings in underneath the breast. Every video that shows people doing this so easily, it's a fucking lie. Oh wait, maybe it's not. Hey. Now, before I put these in the oven, I kind of have a confession to make. I need to take kind of like a centrist stance on these recipes. Joanna Gaines' recipe calls for putting the chicken in the oven at 450 for an hour, and Carla Lolly Music's recipe calls for 425 for about an hour. She also adds water to the bottom of the pan, which supposedly prevents the spices from burning. So, you know what? I'm gonna put water in the pan and also put both of these in the oven at 450. It's like watering your plants, except watering your chicken pan. I don't know. All right, gonna put these puppies in. Hey, Kimmy.
I'm here.
Set a timer for 1 hour.
All right, so our chickens are out of the oven. They were in for an hour, pretty much exactly, and they both look pretty good. Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Pig Slop. Moving forward, I'm gonna have a special guest come on and help me taste things that I make. Helping me taste these chickens is my one and only boyfriend, Chris Hendricks. Hi.
Hi. I brought a fork.
Oh, cool. Well, we probably won't need that, but. So these were resting for 20 minutes or so. Before we even tasted, what are some things you're noticing? How do you think these chickens are gonna taste?
They're both probably gonna taste the same, TBH.
Let's start with the Republican chicken.
Okay.
It's good.
It's good. The herbs are lightly perfuming.
Yeah.
The hint of lemon definitely comes through.
The breast is cooked really nicely, actually.
It's really good.
It's not dry, but it tastes like a little bit like, I don't know, like funky, like a little sour.
What kind of lemon was this?
This is fucking normal lemon.
So not like a Meyer lemon or something?
No, that would obviously be better.
Yeah, the parts that are directly touching the lemon are actually sour.
Yeah,
The further you go back, the less you get that.
yeah.
I kind of like that because I think everything needs a little vinegar. This is very like trying to impress the in-laws chicken,
Right?
like dinner party with your Republican boss
Yeah.
chicken.
Is it garlic good?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Overall, though, better than I thought this was going to be, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, considering I keep wanting to go back for more,
Yeah.
I think is a good sign.
Yeah. Whoa, we switched positions.
Whoa.
Let's start with the skin.
Okay.
I put some extra salt on it.
Yeah, I definitely taste the salt. I kind of like it though.
Yeah.
Girl, that's dry.
Yeah. I mean, let's get a breast piece. This might have been my seasoning fault.
That it's dry. Even this, which is like the closest you're ever gonna get to where the pool of fat is.
Yeah.
Tasteless.
It's fucking dry.
It's dry. What's her take? What's her rationale for this chicken?
I think she's just trying to make something easy.
But is it easy? How much different was the prep?
It's basically the same. I mean, it's both a fucking pain in the ass. I think if this was cooked perfectly, it would have been fine. But comparing these two side by side, this just has more flavor. There's also way too much oregano. It kind of tastes like pizza chicken.
That is exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Now that you say that, it makes me like it less.
yeah, same. Dang.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was fascinating. Now, I know what you're thinking. Clearly, we both like the Republican chicken better. I even tried cooking the Democratic chicken again, on lower heat for less time, and while it was an improvement, it was still fairly dry. Here's the thing though, while Joanna Gaines's roast chicken is remarkably similar to Paula Dean's roast chicken and Reed Drummond's roast chicken, it's also quite similar to Ina Garten's roast chicken and Martha Stewart's roast chicken. Wow, look at that bird. Without realizing it, Republicans today are still eating the same chicken that Democrats ate almost 2 decades ago, when our culture felt less fractured, when food was just becoming a thing.
Why does he have FOMO on every thing he makes?
Carla Lawley Music clearly knows how to make chicken. She's spatchcocking it, she's doing something crumbly with it. Why not pull a Melissa Clark and make something at least a bit more interesting? Perhaps music's current iteration of roast chicken speaks to a current larger food trend happening right now. Hip restaurants like All Day Baby on Sunset and Patty Ann's on Vanderbilt serve chefy takes on corn dogs and pot roast. Ooh, daddy. New York Times Food puts out a new recipe for grilled cheese every goddamn day, and gluten-free cupcake moguls are eating bowls of iceberg lettuce. Stop trying to convince us to eat iceberg lettuce. Stop trying to convince us to eat iceberg lettuce. I don't want to eat iceberg lettuce. Stop pretending like a bowl of iceberg lettuce is something that people should eat. You're a fucking crazy person. Stop doing it. Just eat a regular salad. God fucking damn it. I hate that so much. Why this fear to nostalgia? Well, shit's like really fucked right now. Sam Sifton writes about the urge to roast chickens during these times of crisis, and Solil Ho posits that we should channel our desire to bake pie to create change. Maybe there is something appealing about a bland-based chicken. Maybe using less seasonings can be a subtle yet profound act of rebellion. But if you're making homemade Stofers, you're still making Stofers. You're still making the kind of food that both Republicans and Democrats eat in the part of America where it's readily consumed. You know, this part. By reimagining classic American staples, the food elites are separating themselves from their Republican counterparts. But it's also revealing that the food we all eat, the food we both turn to, it's really not that different. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, there is one thing that unites us all, and that's our love of trash. Oh, and the patriarchy.
This recipe is so easy, even a man could do it.
That's all, folks. Stay salty. Happy Pride.